Okay, I'm back. I don't know what happened. We lost, for some reason, the Spreaker said successful broadcast. So anyway, I restarted it. So this is the continuation, the rest of the story. It's August 1st, Friday, 2014. It's 3:40. And I think I got kicked off when I was talking about what kind of signal our current immigration means or imperfections are sending to people that have legally come into this country. And to me, it's basically telling them, hey, we appreciate you going through the legal process, but that was a complete and total waste of your time. And here's a slap upside your head just to go with that. You don't have to follow the law. This is America. We are the West. We are cowboys. All of us. Cowboys. So I think it just sends a terrible message, and so that's my problem with it. And I know that most of us are immigrants, right? All of us are, except Native Americans, and thus the name Native American. Native, meaning from here. American. Native American, which I am. Partly. My grandmother was full-blooded Indian. She was Crete. So, I'm like a quarter, something like that. A quarter. I'm a quarter Indian. Yeah. So, everybody except Native Americans are immigrants or from immigrants. So, I do understand that, and that people want to come here, and I would want to come here too. But I don't like the tactics that are being used right now. And I think it's because these immigrants have either through the grapevine or somehow learned that, America is not going to reject children. They're too soft-hearted. They're just not going to, they'll take them in. So these children, and they've got to be prompted by adults, either their parents or some other adults, or they were left behind by their parents and then told later, yeah, come on now, you're old enough at 12 or 13 or 10. These kids are making this trip by themselves. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14-year-old kids. And they're going through these towns that are controlled by drug cartels. It's so dangerous. A lot of them die. They don't make it. But the ones that do, it's like, really, what do we do? So I believe that ultimately it falls, of course it does, it falls on the shoulders of the American government. And I'll tell you what falls on their shoulders is to get their blank together and come up with a viable process that can actually work. And we can do that. We can come up with a process that doesn't, take months, and it doesn't require people that are trying to immigrate here. Immigrate here? Is that right? To hire a lawyer to go to court, some probate. I don't know. I know that they're having to do that. And it's almost impossible, especially for the children that are coming over here. I mean, what do they do? Oh, so, we're sending them back. Trying to come up with a process to do that quicker. Let's send them back. And a lot of people are very unhappy about that. A lot of people say, let them stay here, and then, until we figure out a way to make a way or create a process that can, that somebody that comes here that doesn't speak the language very well or at all, create a process that even they can follow, Why can't, or why haven't we already done that? Well, we have. No, we haven't. Still too complicated. Way, way, way too complicated. So that falls on our shoulders. And I think that's what they're trying to do. Obama's asking for a few $1 billion to deal with this process. And part of it is to get more judges, to push along the process, make it simpler. So I think they're trying to, but we once again run into a freaking brick wall. And you know what that brick wall is? It's Congress. It's the do-nothing, useless Congress that we have in office. And most of these Congress people are so out of touch with the mainstream and what people really are thinking and what people are really saying. They're completely out of touch. They're not even aware that they're a do-nothing, useless Congress. And now they couldn't get anything accomplished, and they're coming up on their vacation. They need their summer vacation, which I haven't had a summer vacation since I was in high school. So I don't know why Congress people get summer vacations. I don't know why. So their vacation is coming up. It's almost 6 weeks. It's 5 weeks and some days long. What? What for? Don't you earn vacation? These people haven't earned jack. And I want to know why we can't demand that they stay until they finish doing what they need, what has to be done. Why does the whole country have to wait so all of you morons can take a 5.5 week vacation? So the rest of the country has to wait. Well, we couldn't get it done, so we're gonna get on out of here. we'll be back in 6 weeks or so, and we'll try to put something together, try to come up with something, and we'll get back with you guys, okay? In the meantime, our phones are going to be off, and we're not really interested in anything you have to say, okay? All right, peace. Why can't we fire these people? I mean, if they don't do their job, if I didn't do my job, I'd get fired. If you didn't do your job, you would get fired. Sent home packing. You can't cut it. So why do Congress, why do government officials, why do they get a pass? Aren't they supposed to be held to a higher standard? Aren't they? Yes. The answer is yes. But they don't hold themselves to that standard. You know, they get elected and then, you know, their heads completely turn away. That's like if you were standing at the altar with your bride and the preacher says, "I now pronounce you man and wife." And instead of kissing the bride and taking her and carrying her over the threshold and loving her and providing all the things that she needs to be happy, to feel loved and feel cared about. Instead of doing that, when the preacher says, "I now pronounce you man and wife," then you just turn around and you face towards your best man and your groomsmen. Say, "All right, boys, it's party time." That's what our Congress people do. You know, in a sense, they get elected, then they turn their back on us, and they don't see us anymore. They don't pay any attention to us until election time, and then, "Oh, I hear you. I hear what you're saying." No, you don't hear jack. It's really frustrating, and there's really no, I mean, what can we do about it? We can't, as individuals, do anything other than speak out, which is what I'm doing right now. It's what, you know, what we do. A lot of people that are famous, you know, they can speak out about it, but really, what can we do unless collectively we come together and decide, okay, we're going to vote this person out. But, you know, that has to happen across the board. That has to happen all over the country. There should be a way, you know, for them to be fired if they're not doing their job. There should be an accountability of some kind. And I know it's the voter, but in the meantime, they're still up there doing nothing. If I was on my job doing nothing, I wouldn't get to continue to do that for the next, you know, year until my employers could get everybody together and everybody decide, okay, we're going to get rid of Trog. No. The person I'm accountable to can come up to me and say, "Hey, Trog, for this reason, for that reason, and for that reason, it's just not going to work out. Your employment is no longer wanted here. We're going to replace you with someone else." That's what they do. But we can't do that. And they know it. So they're a do-nothing Congress, and they don't give a crap. You know, it's just like, what are they going to do about it? They can't do nothing about it. I'm going to ride this train, baby, as long as I can. That's what they say. Anyway. That's what I think. I didn't really talk as long about immigration. I got off on Congress. It makes me so mad, that I actually have people working for me, Our government works for us, right? For the people. But I have no say-so other than my single vote, which is democracy. That's how it works. I understand that. Oh, I don't know. I've heard people say this 100 times. What would our forefathers think if they saw the government today? You could speculate any number of ways, couldn't you, about what they would say or think about today's government. I do believe that they would be shocked. I think that's the best word, shocked by our government and the way it operates or the way it doesn't operate sometimes. It's been shut down, 2 or 3 times in the last, since Clinton, It's a shame. All right. Well, listen, I am thrilled to death to be back on the air. And I can't wait to I want to tell y'all something too. I'm going to continue to broadcast on Spreaker like I am now. That's not going to change. But in addition to that, I will also be broadcasting every show that you can listen to on Spreaker. You can also watch on Blog TV. And it's blogtv.com. I will give you the account information on the next show, which will be, of course, Monday. At 3 o'clock. I'll give you the information then, and I'll let you know when you can watch the live show. It's going to be live. The video show, and then that show will then be broadcast on Spreaker, so you can listen. You can either watch it live or you can listen to it the same day. But I thought it'd be a blast, because then you can watch and see my expressions and maybe better understand where I'm coming from. And you might get some of my humor too a little better if you saw my face. So that's that's coming down the pipe. Very excited about that. And we're going to be having some guests. We're going to be having a young man I went to school with, Justin Dorsey. He is a radio personality. We're going to have him on the show. We're going to have a guy. This guy is a very talented guy, Craig Richards. He's a painter. He's also a pastor. He's a good friend of mine. I've known him for a long time. And we're going to have him on the show. We'll talk to him about some things. He's really a talented painter. He paints in the style, I think, and he may correct me when he's on the show, but it's almost like a French Riviera type style anyway. I love it. He's painting a portrait of our house and our cherry trees and everything. It's going to be awesome. So anyway, you got all that to look forward to. I've got it all to look forward to, and I do. I look forward to hanging out with you guys more. And I look forward to getting your phone calls. 336-763-5482. If you're listening to this recorded, just write it down, and next time, call in. But it's been a blast, y'all. I'm going to be back on the air Monday, 3 o'clock. So be sure and tune in and check us out. You're listening to the Man Please Show. I'm your host, Trog. We'll see you Monday, 3 o'clock. Peace, y'all.